Calvert Lewin, he shows a lot of endeavor, but I don't see any talent. I really don't like him.
Greenwood or Calvert Lewin?
Greenwood. All day.
Okay.
Like Greenwood actually does things.
Calvert Lewin or Nketiah?
Nketiah.
Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Yeah. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to our channel where we try to predict the results of the English Premier League every week, always chasing that perfect 10 out of 10.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you like what we're doing, turn on your notifications right now. Let's go. Week 30.
Yeah, 30 already.
Yeah, it's just the final countdown now. 8 weeks to go.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see.
Yes, so we'll start with Watford versus Leicester.
Yeah.
Watford lost 1-0 at Crystal Palace. That showed a pretty even game, but Gaita was able to save all of Watford's shots on target. The team wasn't able to reproduce their stunning form away from home. Leicester annihilated Villa with a 4-0 win at home, thanks to Vardy and Barnes with their braces. And Diddy is also back in the team, and they were able to play 4 at the back again with a 4-1-4-1 formation, giving them much better support up front. And Vardy has returned at the right time.
Yeah.
It looks like Leicester could get back into form with the effectiveness shown against Villa. Handicap is flat to negative half a goal on Leicester. So I could see Watford struggle a bit against this recharged side of Leicester. I'm guessing a 1-2 away win.
I just want to say on that note, with Ndidi being back, I'm sure I've mentioned it early on in the season, but I really think he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's so good.
Yeah. He's like a Kante.
Yeah, but no one will take me seriously if I said he's better than Kante. But he does certain things much better than Kante does. I could see him moving to a bigger club and really improving the hopes of... I could see him in a Spurs team. He could really help that Spurs team. So tighten up the midfield and give the attacking midfielders more freedom to go for, because they don't have the attacking options at the moment.
Yeah, Arsenal need it indeed.
Yeah, totally. He would totally fit there. But but with regards to this game, I think with Sarr, I wasn't expecting him to reproduce that kind of form. And it's shown. He'll still get a goal or two in these final 8 weeks. But Leicester, this may be the start of their resurgence. Yeah, I was gonna say before I saw the Leicester result, I thought maybe this game could be a draw. But now with that 4-0 convincing win, Leicester.
Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Bournemouth lost 2-1 at Anfield. The quick counter from Wilson got them onto the score sheet first, but then they made poor decisions and errors to give Liverpool the lead before half-time. Bournemouth had their chances throughout the game and were close, but with King injured, they don't have the same kind of confidence or energy going forward. Liverpool weren't able to actually break them down if it wasn't for Bournemouth's own errors, so it was a shame. It could have been a draw, in my opinion. Palace got their third 1-0 win in a row. Ayew scored with a great strike again, and Gaita did very well, as mentioned before. Clean sheet, man of the match. I'm not sure of the severity of King's injury, and my prediction rides on his fitness, I feel. If he's back for this game, Bournemouth win for sure. Otherwise, it could be a draw. Handicap is flat to negative half for Bournemouth, so I'd have to wait till the lineup.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I just think Bournemouth did really well against Liverpool. They had good chances, and the only reason that Liverpool won that game is because Bournemouth allowed it. Liverpool, they pressed a lot, and maybe you could argue they forced the errors. But still, they were kind of schoolboy errors to be making at that time. So Bournemouth, good defense, capable going forward even without King. But yeah, if King is there, much more dangerous. Palace, I'm not convinced. I just think they've been playing mediocre teams and just getting by on 1-0. Even their last game, the stats-wise was very even. Almost 50-50 possession, same number of shots, things like that. I think Bournemouth should be winning this game. I don't know how even it's going to be, but I'm going to say a Bournemouth win.
Next one is Brighton versus Arsenal. The Seagulls had a goalless draw at Wolves. This is their second draw against them this season. They seem to always be able to slow the tempo down and keep possession. The Gunners were lucky to gain 3 points at home against the Hammers. Pablo Mari had his first Premier League start and looked decent. Nketiah still seemed to lack a bit of confidence, I feel. Lacazette scored from Ozil's assist in the 78th minute. They left it quite late. For my liking.
And that one went to VAR for a while.
They were lucky because if it was any other team, they would have easily conceded 3 goals, I think. They weren't playing the best, the Gunners. Tempo was really too slow and ineffective. They were wasteful with vast majority of the ball possession. Brighton could be hard to break down for the Gunners for this game. They beat us 1-2 away back in early December. This will be another test for our defense. Handicap is flat to plus half a goal for Brighton at home, so that would be my pick.
I'm along the same lines of thinking. I'm also thinking a draw. Interesting fact, the last 4 meetings between Brighton and Arsenal, Brighton are yet to lose. So is this some kind of bogey team for you guys? They're coming off a stream of draws. So defense, we said it before, Brighton's defense is top for the most part. They've been getting their draws. Arsenal, however, their recent form has been pretty good. I think the last 5 games has been 4 wins. But I mean, hey, an ugly win is a win. Rather win ugly than not win.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I mean, we always praise championship winning teams when they play really badly but still get a win.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to win like anything, but still, that mentality and that it takes a lot. I mean, that Olympiacos loss was devastating,
yes.
Sure, but bounced back, came through.
Yes. Oh yeah. If you put it that way, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Like it could be worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Way worse.
But with regards to this, Arsenal are always a powerful attacking team. So on the surface, I would usually say an Arsenal win here. But because of Brighton's great defensive record and their record against Arsenal, I have to agree with Roger and say a draw.
Next one is Man City versus Burnley. Man City lost 2-0 at the derby. They dominated the ball as expected, but were unable to penetrate through the back line. They will face Arsenal midweek next as part of their double game week, and after Burnley, they will host Real Madrid for the Champions League. Burnley drew 1-1 at home against the Spurs. Wood returned from injury and scored early in the first half. I only watched the first half and Burnley seemed to be in control of everything and were very trigger happy, taking any chance they had to shoot. It was very good to see, and I really hope that Arsenal do similar things, because Arsenal is always holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
And making one too many passes or
sideways.
Yeah, just wasting time, and they should have a look at what Burnley's doing. They're like shooting from like different corners of the box, outside, inside, everywhere.
Yeah.
I think this informed Burnley team could challenge Man City.
Oh, I think definitely put up a fight.
Yeah, for sure. The handicap is a crazy +2 and 2.5 goals for Burnley. That's insane.
Yeah.
So that I'm betting on that. I think Man City will win, but I think there will be a big chance that it will be less than 2 goals.
I think Man City are going to win this, but again, it's going to be a tight win. They need to be aware of so much more than just the game at hand. So I don't know how they're going to manage their team, but we'll see.
We'll see. All right, next is Newcastle United versus Sheffield United. Newcastle 1-0 won away at Southampton. They played against 10 men from the 28th minute. Matt Ritchie missed a penalty just before half-time. St. Maximin didn't score until the 79th minute. Not the most comfortable win, but a win nonetheless against 10 men.
Yeah. Not really that impressive.
Sheffield won 1-0 at home against Norwich. Chris heard our voices and finally started lunchroom.
Yes, and it paid off.
It paid off. Who assisted Sharp in the first half and then continued to grind out the win as always.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when people listen to us.
Yes.
They win. They win, mate.
Yes.
I'm not confident in this Newcastle team getting any points here though. I can see the Blades winning with a clean sheet, 0-1, if Lundstrom starts. Otherwise, it'd still be a clean sheet, but probably a 0-0. Yeah.
Okay.
Handicap is flat to +half a goal to Newcastle, but Sheffield should have it covered.
Actually, even before Roger and I compared notes, my thoughts were I felt very torn between a draw and a Sheffield win here. But I didn't know why. But after Roger explained it like that, it makes more sense to me. Yeah, I think if Sheffield have a clear attacking threat, then they should be winning this. And if not, very likely it's going to be a draw.
Yeah, we have said before that Newcastle don't really lose at home.
Yes.
And that's why draw is a possibility.
Yes.
Otherwise, if that hasn't been the record for them, I'd be like Sheffield win.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is a case of great home form versus great overall form.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so let's see how it goes.
Next one is Norwich versus Southampton. Norwich lost as we just mentioned. They had most of the ball and an even amount of chances and shots, but just weren't able to break down Sheffield. Not a bad effort against a grinding team. Southampton, on the other hand, lost 0-1 with only 10 men and only conceded until late in the second half. Also not a bad effort.
No,
Yeah?
but it could have been better.
Yeah. Yenepo made a potentially league-breaking challenge and was sent off early. McCarthy was superb and made some 6 saves, including a penalty. Norwich are playing slightly better recently, but Southampton are away and handicap is flat. It's not an easy one to bet on.
No.
I can see Southampton being that late resurgence team again though, because in
we're
the
also
past,
familiar with.
yeah, well, they're always in the relegation battle and then climb out at the very end, the last, as far as I can remember, like 5 seasons or something like that. But although they're not in the relegation this time, I still think that they're trying to make a charge up because the table is tight.
Yeah.
Who knows where they can get to.
Yeah.
Ings hasn't been firing for a while now, but I could see him maybe scoring soon.
There's probably no better team to try to break your recent dry form than Norwich. So what are you thinking for this game then?
I'm thinking a Southampton win, but potential draw.
Okay.
I still feel a slightly more confidence in Southampton.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting because my feelings about this game are very similar to the last game, Newcastle vs Sheffield, just being torn between the results, draw, away, win, something like that. I'm going to be a bit more definitive and say I think it's going to be a draw here. Just because recent form of the two teams has been very similar. Last 5 games, they've got about the same amount of points. I think Norwich are 1 better off. And I mean, as we've said, it's a team who are pretty good at home versus a team who are pretty good away. It's going to be tough to differentiate. I agree with Raj, but I'm going to be a bit more definitive and just say straight draw.
Next one is Aston Villa vs Chelsea. Villa got outclassed by Leicester away from home. They struggled in all aspects of the game and with only a third of the ball. 4 shot attempts, 1 on target, a few chances created. Chelsea played excellent at home and won 4-0. Mount, Pedro, Willian and Giroud all got a goal each. They had 60% possession, but it felt more like 80.
Yeah, because every time Everton got the ball, they just gave it back.
Yeah.
It felt almost like their players were getting faster as the game went on.
Yeah, exactly. They were obviously already faster at the beginning.
Yeah, I just, the one moment I remember where Willian was almost on the halfway line and Holgate was a bit in front of him.
Yeah.
And Willian still beat him to the ball.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was great.
The handicap is at -0.5 to 1 goals for the visitors, and I don't see that being a problem for Chelsea as they've been playing well.
Yeah.
And they'll probably see this as a warm-up game before their away leg at Bayern. They will seek to get a very comfortable win away.
I think so. I think deep down in the Chelsea team and Chelsea fans' hearts, I think they know the Bayern Munich game is done.
Yeah, it is. They are 0-3 down.
I think they'll play for pride, but I think they're going to maintain the goal of just keeping their top 4 spot. They're going to be focused in this game. As Rod said, convincing win against Everton. Villa, convincing loss. So, but by that standard, it should be a 8-0 Chelsea win away. But no, I think Chelsea going to win this game very convincing.
West Ham United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. West Ham had so many chances at the Emirates. Antonio, oh my God.
Oh, but we were...
Thank you for the 3 points.
We were laughing in the beginning, but by the end it was just like, really?
It was
what is this guy doing?
Yeah. Miraculously missing some huge chances. I don't know who's worse, Haller, who doesn't get into good positions, or Antonio, who gets there but misses. Yeah, he's basically point blank. Like, boom.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, how did that happen? I don't know. Wolves, on the other hand, drew 0-0 at home, and that was a surprise to me.
Yes.
Jota couldn't continue his form and had 0 shot attempts. They will travel to Greece next for their Europa League game midweek against Olympiacos. The Hammers do play much better at home, and it is possible that the Wolves might be a bit fatigued due to extra travel, which they're not used to because it's the first time they're traveling.
I think that's a great point.
You know, playing in Europa.
I never thought about that before, but yeah, great point.
Yeah, so considering their flat to half a goal handicap at home, it's probably not a bad thing to keep an eye on West Ham, although they did bad.
So you're thinking here...
Possible draw.
For my thinking, like, initially I thought Wolves will edge this game with a possible draw, But after Rog mentioned the whole not being used to traveling through Europe for games and things, that's a big thing for a team. It's like maybe a sense of excitement in the team. They'll be very focused on that game. Maybe not as focused on this. Not just the physical aspect of it, maybe even the mental side. I was gonna say I think Wolves are gonna win this with a possible draw. I feel maybe just a straight draw. Wolves very likely the better team of the two.
Yeah.
So if they turn up, sure, they should be winning this.
Yeah.
Especially with the likes of Antonio on the other side. So we'll see. Do I say a draw? Do I say a Wolves? Okay, I'm gonna just stick with my initial thought. Wolves to sneak it. If not, potential draw.
Next one, Tottenham Hotspur versus Man United. The Spurs drew 1-1 at Burnley. Lucky to get a point here from Ali scoring the penalty. Things are looking a bit shaky still for Mourinho. He did change things up in the lineup slightly, but it really didn't improve anything.
He's in a tough spot.
Yeah, he is. They travel to Germany next to face Red Bull Leipzig, who are already 1-0 up in the aggregate. It's been a decade since Man United has won both derbies in the season. They defended very solidly and grinded out that game very well.
Yeah.
McTominay's goal at the end was just a sweet cherry on top, basically.
But again, from Edison's mistake.
Yeah, Edison, Edison.
He definitely had an off day.
Man United travel to Austria next for the Europa League game. Handicap is at flat to plus half a goal for the Spurs, but I'm confident Man United should be able to take all 3 points regardless.
Yeah, I also feel kind of quietly confident that we're going to win this game. They don't have any threat. There's no real threat. It's just the name. I don't feel that they can hurt anybody. And for that reason alone, surely United, Bruno pulling some strings there. I do think United with a win here.
Yeah. Alright, last one. Everton versus Liverpool. So another derby. Everton look like a team from League 1 or 2 against Chelsea. Super sloppy, giving the ball away everywhere, and I haven't seen them playing that bad ever. I think, especially under Ancelotti. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, they don't really pass the ball at the right times and seem to take it a bit too far.
What I will say is that with regards to those two guys, Richarlison, I feel he had a poor game, and Calvert-Lewin, I've never seen why people rate him. There's been a trend where a lot of people have been bringing him into the fantasy league teams, but I've never thought like he's any sort of potential threat. I really don't like him.
Okay,
like
Greenwood or Calvert-Lewin?
Greenwood. All day.
Okay.
Like Greenwood actually does it. Martinelli. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin? Yeah, and he's not even a striker. He's basically a slightly worse Dele Alli. I think Dele Alli at least has potential and he's shown that he can do things. Calvert-Lewin, he shows a lot of endeavor, but I don't see any talent. I guess that's mean to say, but I don't see what's special about him. I really don't.
Calvert-Lewin
Nketiah, because I still think, even though he had a poor game for you guys recently, he's young. That happens. Like he needs to get used to the speed of. I think you were the one who said it. Saka was like that, but look at him now.
Well, Liverpool, on the other hand, are now the team with most points after 29 games in any European league ever, which is outstanding. And Salah has also got more goals than Suarez for Liverpool in less games that he did.
Games?
Yeah, in less games. So also outstanding. They could have done better against Bournemouth though. I don't think they were able to break them down as we said before. But I think perhaps they looked at that game as a warm-up and had one eye over their shoulder for Atletico. Betting-wise, I'd leave this one alone because Everton was so poor last game, it's hard to say what Ancelotti or the team, what they'll do next. Normally I'd go for positive handicaps at home, like the cases here, plus half the 1 goal for Everton. But without seeing them play with more stability for a game or two, I'm not touching that. I'm basically saying Liverpool win because they've been playing sloppy and still getting wins.
Yes. Honestly, I'm inclined to bet on a draw. Just because, as you said, I think Liverpool are going to have an eye on Atletico coming up. Will they play a slightly weakened team? Everton, they were so poor against Chelsea. I think they need to redeem themselves. And they're playing at home. It's a derby. It's a good time to show that kind of effort that Calvert-Lewin would probably show. I'll probably put a single bet on a draw, but I do think Liverpool are going to win.
Alright, Fantasy.
Yes.
Yes.
If De Bruyne doesn't play against Arsenal, could I beat you? You'll get 1 point, I'll get 12.
I got 10 points ahead of you, and I've already made my change this week.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at that blank week 31 and I don't have enough players.
Okay.
So I've ended up swapping in Pope.
You brought in Pope.
I brought in Pope for Ryan.
I've got so bad luck with keepers, man. Every time I put one keeper in, the one on the bench does well.
Maybe next week I'll put another Burnley or maybe 2 Burnley players on to try and fill up the team as much as I can for the blank week. Because only 4 games will be played that week.
Yeah.
But then, there'll be a lot of double game weeks. I'll be saving that bench boost for that for sure. So this will be my team.
Okay. For me, I have not made my changes yet, and I haven't really put too much thought in who I'm going to be changing yet, but I know that I will be making a change just because blank game week coming up next week, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using my free hits there, so no point in me not making a change this week. So I may as well make some change. If I were to look at the team, maybe Ings out. I've always been in the habit of waiting for them to do something, and I need to break that habit. If he hasn't been performing, there's no reason to believe that he suddenly will. So I'm thinking maybe Ings out, bring in a new striker. Also Madison.
They're on the up though.
I don't know. In a 4-0 win, I would have expected him to at least have an assist. And he had nothing. He got the clean sheet. Correct, 1 point. So again, Ings and Madison both haven't been doing much for a bit too long for my liking. Potentially they may go out, but this week, only one of them. Your guess is as good as mine right now, but this is my team for this week.
Who do you think will be relegated?
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Norwich.
I'm gonna say Norwich, Aston Villa, Watford. You going Norwich, Aston Villa, West Ham?
I'm saying West Ham.
Yeah, Antonio, it's on you, man. if your team is relegated, it's on you.
That's all you, bro.
Yeah.
That's it for this week.
Yeah.
Catch you next time. Happy game week.